Alright, how should I advance time? I should probably talk to Measurehead here. Let's talk with him.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
And yeah, he's a character, as you can probably hear.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
My body's unimportant, I'm with the police and I need to get to the harbor. Let's just say this.
You have succumbed to Al Ghul.
Al Ghul. Or, of course I have.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Al Ghul?
Yes, Al Ghul.
But what is Al Ghul?
Al Ghul is an ancient Ilmaran poison, a parasitic fungus that has colonized your race. It is a trick the desert pygmies played on you, for humiliating them and stripping them of their land.
So yeah, if you haven't already noticed, this guy is super racist. This has nothing to do with why I'm here.
Your life and the life of your race revolve around Al Ghul. It has everything to do with why you're here.
Kim, is it really bad?
It's not good.
Okay, thank you for that. You're right, I'm a servant of Al Ghul.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
I'm the police and I need you to comply now.
Jerking motions, signs of a late-stage neurodegenerative disorder. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft.
Okay, so what?
You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
Isn't that right?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
Yeah, so, as you can see, he has like 3 women here around him. Let's push him out of the way.
That is right. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
Yeah, that didn't work. Just that is right.
Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
Yeah, of course. So, okay, let's talk with him a little bit, so maybe we can get my thoughts enabled. You serve the Union, don't you? Aren't they white?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
Yeah, but you still serve them. How does that factor into your life?
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital. Something your race, naivistic communists, never did.
Okay, of course. So yeah, this guy sucks.
Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
Yeah, okay, so I'm no communist.
Of course you are. Revacholian man. The failure of communism to challenge the world order is the core of your race's fate. All around you, the fruits of its defeat. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted disease.
Yeah, what has that got to do with anything?
Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
I got it from disco, actually.
Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done.
Yeah, of course.
I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
The Seminoles race, of course. I don't really know who the Seminoles are, isn't?
I can see that. The Seminoles are the South Island race, haplogroup A4A, the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago.
So yeah, he's racist towards everybody who is not white.
We are the future. That is all you need to know.
So you were born and raised on the island before you moved to Rivershoal?
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
So yeah, it's obvious he is not from Seminoles. So you did not come from the islands.
No. I have heard about it on the radio.
He has these weird theories about race, and he likes to claim he is Seminoles, but he isn't actually Seminoles. He's also from Rivershoal, like the rest of us.
I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Rivershoal. The city is central to the Seminoles strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world.
Of course they will.
You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting into the harbor.
Kim, what do you think about this?
I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one.
How do you know there will be next racist?
There always is.
There always is.
Race is reality.
Let's show him the mug.
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Know anything about it?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
Of course not. So he is not the one who put the victim's clothes in the trash. What are those tattoos supposed to mean?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
He gestures towards the lorryman down the street.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
So he thinks that just because he has tattooed everything on him, he is a good example of a racist, I guess. I don't know. Are you sure I'm not superior to you?
You exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not craniometry. Just an observation.
Okay, what else?
It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al-Ghul. From what remain of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative to lower limbs.
Of course you do.
This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur-la-Clé and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi.
Well, I am police officer. Not just because you see these things apparently in me doesn't make me someone else, but we finally internalized Jamemu, so that's what I wanted. We can finally start clicking on orbs around the world. Interesting, so if my ancestor was... okay.
Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Rivasholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al-Ghul. That is the only reason you are here.
So yeah, there's two options. We can subscribe to his race theory, which has 42%, and we can knock him out, which we're obviously not gonna be able to do, so that's fun. Let's hear about Jamais Vu.
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
Yes, and now every orb I click I get 1 XP, and also intellect learning caps raised. But we did not get Hobo copy yet, so I need to advance a little more time. But now if I click these orbs I get XP, so I'm gonna start clicking on orbs that I see. Let's start with you.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
The measurehead thing didn't go well for me. Could you help me with that somehow?
Sorry. Busy surveying the situation. I'm sure you'll figure something out. You guys have all sorts of gadgets these days.
Okay.
Wiretapping, telescopic batons, futuristic circuit bending to infiltrate harbor machinery. Maybe you could even knock that Kowalson crane over using some remote controls.
That would be cool.
Or calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right?
Turn to Kim. Wait, we have air support?
Because we don't. We don't have air support or any of those other things.
Yeah.
I get it. Hush hush about the secret technology. All right, I may have some advice for you on how to deal with Jean-Luc there, out of solidarity to the RCM. It's low in technology, however.
Yes.
First, don't fight him, obviously. Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit your lack of expertise. Basically grovel. That's how I do it. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Okay, well...
Maybe that would work. We'll have to see.
maybe the scab leader has more advice for me.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
You don't have any tips on how to punch a guy out, do you?
Not before you get in there and get your ass whooped. Learn by failure, I always say.
He might have some advice, but you got to at least try to fight Measurehead first. Return if you fail.
Okay, that's something. There's one thing I haven't done, and I haven't spoken
Yes.
with Kim. So let's speak with Kim. Tell me about this case.
What do you want to know?
Literally anything about it. I can't remember a single thing.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit.
I know literally nothing about it. Only what you told me before.
Do you want me to brief you?
Brief, yes. Sounds good.
3 days ago, The RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Wait, does the briefing say who the victim was? Why didn't we know anything about the caller?
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide themselves?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Hold on, and the RCM is?
That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
Let me just make this perfectly clear. Our job here is to find the killer.
That's right.
That's right, okay. So now we got a secret task done. How long is this one? We're so close to finishing Hobo Cup. Okay, let's do one more conversation. Would you say this is a mysterious case?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why not?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
I was thinking something otherworldly. Something supernatural. Okay, the case probably isn't mysterious, but could be sexy. I don't know. Let's say supernatural.
I can assure nothing like that will happen. Do you know why not?
I think something is already happening.
No, something isn't happening. Because it's not part of reality.
Oh yeah?
There's something the lieutenant isn't seeing. The universe is too irrational, too morally complex. You should convince him.
Yeah, I should try and convince him, of course. If we are from the different prisons, why are we on the same case?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
A pissing competition? What do you mean?
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
You know what I mean on retrograde amnesia.
Better still than an imbecilic cup-off.
Cup-off?
It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim.
You should tell me now, this seems irrelevant.
Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
Actually, I have all I need for now.
Good.
So yeah, we get this Enlan Empire. Convince Kim there's a sexy dark mystery twist in the case. Now we finally got the Hobo Cup thought. Let's do this dialogue later.
Hobocop. Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your adventures. But who knows where the hobo part takes you? To the bar? The old L'Assommoir? To the pier or the sewers? To Le Royaume, where for 300 years they interred the dead. You could plunder royalist crypts for long-forgotten triple malt bourbon, then fight the Arden-Macan beast that lurks the bottommost sepulchres. The secrets of the city are all yours at last.
And yes, we get a bonus here. Reveals extra special collector's edition tear bottles on the map. So yeah, we will find even more tear, and we will get more money when we sell tear. And also we get shivers raised to 6. Pretty good, pretty good. That's why I wanted this Hobo Cup thought as well. Then we can go to Frit here. Frit is a general store that is here. Now we are here at the Fritte store. Let's see now. So this is the tear machine I was talking about before.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Yes, and because I have Hobo Cup, I will get extra money.
Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Yay.
You're 100% sure you got special Hobocop money for that tier. At least 100% extra tier money. If the numbers on the machine told you otherwise, it's a lie.
It's a lie. There we go. Let's just click everything here. Let's talk with this clerk here.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
Okay.
What's that magazine she's reading?
What's that magazine she's reading? Let's ask about the magazine.
You mean this?
A colorful photo of two girls kissing. Okay.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Stupid famous people.
Yeah, they're kind of boring, but, you know.
Before we go on, what is fritte?
I don't know. Frit?
And what is frit?
A 7 to 11 grocery store.
Okay. Well, why is it written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
It doesn't. I have some questions for you.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
Do you have any ammonia for sale?
She looks up from her magazine, eyes filled with tired ennui.
Yes, what we have is there, in the medicine cabinet. Go take a look yourself.
Okay. Can you tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
Did you know the man who died?
Not really.
Does it mean you knew him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
How long has it been there?
I don't know, really long.
Yeah, she's really helpful here. What do you think happened?
I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you for your help.
Uh-huh.
Can you tell me anything about this reality we're in?
Reality? You mean, what reality? Economic reality, or...?
No, I mean physical reality.
I don't know. What about it?
Where are we?
We're in Frit
No, I mean, where are we on a larger scale?
as mankind, or as a nation, or...
Like, where in the world?
We're in Revachol, like, on the Insulindian Isola.
I was just testing your knowledge.
That wasn't very hard.
What time is it?
I don't know. Look at the clock. It's right behind you on the wall.
The clock shows the time at 10:09. The hands seem to be still. It's apparent the clock doesn't work.
So yeah, the clock isn't even working. What is the revolution?
When ordinary people take over the government and demand democracy.
What about the one we had here in Revachol?
Yeah, it happened like 50 years ago or so. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. At history, I mean.
The coalition, what's that? Someone told me there is one.
Our government?
Our government.
Or do you mean something else? Sorry, I really need to finish this article.
Yeah, she's so busy to read her article, she cannot even answer questions about reality. I won't bother you anymore with my nonsense.
Cool.
Cool. Well, that was a very fruitful conversation.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
So yeah, I could buy a raincoat, and that would be +1 to endurance. What's that?
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
Only 4 real. I think I'm gonna save my money for now. What's in here?
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Saint Baptiste logo.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
What do these products do?
I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed is a nasal spray. Duramine is a really good painkiller. Magnesium is a dietary supplement. Hypnogamma is...
Hypnogamma is...
I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising.
Can you be a little bit more specific?
No. Sorry. I'm not like a doctor or anything.
Who is Saint Baptiste?
Saint Baptiste, you know, the pharmaceuticals company.
Oh, of course I know that, yes.
Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals, the one that sells meds out of Saint Baptiste.
Anyway, I'm
That
gonna
one.
buy some of
There.
these because I'm gonna need them. So I'm gonna buy some
Okay,
that,
here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
and I'm gonna buy some of
Okay,
that.
here. I hope Saint Baptiste.
There we go. Let's see what's in here.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer.
I'm in heaven!
Sure. If you want something, I can get it for you. Just let me know and pay and stuff.
Just pay and stuff. Yeah, of course.
But I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
Yeah, of course I know that. So we can buy alcohol and cigarettes from here. I'm probably not gonna use these, at least not yet, because when you use these you lose health and morale. Please tell me more about these products.
The Pale Age vodka is special, I guess. It's stored in pale for a couple of years, which makes it super expensive and super strong.
What is pale?
You know.
You know. Well, I guess I know then. Okay, what will consuming this stuff do to my body?
I mean, I already said it'd hurt you. I don't know what else they do.
Okay, I'm probably gonna use these later, but not right now. Do you sell anything under the table, under the counter?
No, Frit only sells legal drugs, like the law says.
That's too bad. Well, I guess we got everything we need from here. Let's move on. Now, there's a few ways we can get into the harbor, but at first I wanna try and let's click on all these orbs on the way. Can I inspect the body now? Probably not. I think it's still locked.
There, he
Yeah,
still
it's
is.
locked. That's too bad. What should I do then? I mean, there's this, because I don't really know if I want to fight Measurehead to get into the harbor. There's this way too.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
What is this?
It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
So yeah, this is a perception check. I only have 17% chance to do it. Okay, well, let's try it anyway.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing because it's nice and orderly. Well-laid pallets. Easy on the eyes.
Okay, that didn't work. I guess one thing we could do is call my station. That's gonna be a little bit of an awkward call. Let's finish our dialogue with Kim. Why not?
Yes?
I think you should know that I can't remember anything.
No response. He just arches his brow.
I feel like I must repeat this.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
What's wrong with personal affairs?
Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers. That means the average lieutenant has to deal with quite a few personal affairs. Even you know this.
Yeah, I know this because Encyclopedia succeeded. So what should I concentrate on?
Try work, the case at hand. It can work miracles.
But I'm completely lacking the basic information about even the organization we're in. Can you help me?
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation.
Okay, so we got a new task from there. I'm afraid this is a medical situation.
Really? You look fine to me.
I'm talking serious, unbelievable damage here. I saw myself in the mirror and I had no idea who I was.
This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
It's not psychological. Some sort of major brain damage has occurred.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's resident. Was there anything else you wanted?
So I got a new task. I can call my station's lazarette. I have a lot of tasks right now that I can do. I want to talk about you.
Me?
Yes, you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
We'll work better together if we have a more rapport.
That's a fair point. Alright, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
You're wearing glasses.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this. but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
I failed a physical instrument check there. Just observing.
I guess you don't need glasses, then.
You don't look like other people around here.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
What is Seoul?
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
You're only making it sound uninteresting. I still want to know more about Seoul.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Chevalier.
Yeah, okay. Tell me a secret about yourself.
No.
No. Ask again.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow.
What's happening to me?
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands.
Authority. Failure. Give up. Oh my god, the music really kicked in. Why did the music get so loud all of a sudden? Okay, anyway. Do you ever talk to yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you think, do you ever have conversations with, like, your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So you're saying your brain never just chimes in with advice and warnings or anything?
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages.
That's all for now.
Good. Let's change the subject.
You seem to be following me.
Excuse me?
Beat it, you're cramping my style.
Frankly, detective, you're in a deranged state. I can't let you proceed without close supervision. In fact, under normal circumstances, I'd be duty-bound to report you. Take it as a token of good faith between our precincts that I haven't done so.
But what if I need some me time?
Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself.
On second thought, maybe I need someone to cramp my style every now and then.
You might. It's important not to let one style interfere with their work.
Okay, so we have this Inland Empire check, which is legendary. Let's try it anyway.
Only banal things strike you. At the core, you're a very banal person with a very small soul.
Oh, that hurt my morale.
One you should be ashamed of. It's no wonder the soft one doesn't want it back. It was right to abandon you.
Okay, nothing right now. We can go talk to Joyce. We can talk to Measurehead and do these. Or we can look at my ledger. Let's do that, why not? Let's do this logic check first.
It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later.
That's not at all what it said. It's possible, yes. Easy, no. Okay, fine. Let's try this interfacing then.
Is not what you end up doing. You squeeze the plastic to slide it open, but nothing happens. Then you bend it some. Then crack it. The goddamn thing is stuck. The ledger quivers in your hand. As it shakes, the pages rustle. This pathetic mess suddenly afraid of you for some reason.
Okay, so I locked all of those then. Well, that's nice. Maybe we should go and try and attack Measurehead now that I have some healing items.
Your race descent has only worsened.
Physical instrument, so I do have a shirt that gives me a physical instrument.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Let's try. Okay, we failed. Ow.
How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand and he's squeezing it. It hurts.
You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. Say it. I am a degenerate alcoholic.
I'm a cop. Okay, my
Your
health.
fist cracks in his hand like a ripe apple. Pain shoots up into your brain as he's twisted more
Kim is
and
ready to
more.
shoot, I guess.
The words to the song have changed. Say, I am a violent drunk.
No, I won't fucking say anything. Okay, I took more damage.
Your hand twists in his grip and the pain blinds you. Still, you press the words out of your swollen mouth.
Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
Then there's this conceptualize check that I can also do. I mean, I guess, why not?
Go ahead. Don't be shy. Just ask for race secrets.
Okay, so we failed that check too. That's nice. Try to smile pathetically. I need some of that race stuff in my brain.
Inane popular culture lingo. It is intellectually uninteresting to sock anything to an infant such as you.
Okay, fine. Oh, Kim wants to talk.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot random civilians, because that won't get us anywhere.
Okay, he's pissed.
I'm not even sure the one bullet my chamber holds would even prick that Hulk.
Yeah, I'm not sure if one bullet is enough for this giant, but he's the one trying to provoke me.
And you're just going to let him manipulate you like that?
Okay, I was trying to assert my dominance over him.
We're not here on some political quest. We are here to solve a crime. Don't make the situation any more volatile than it already is.
But I was fighting bad, unsavory ideologies. I'm a hero.
We are not here on some political quest. We are here to solve a crime. Don't make the situation any more volatile than it already is.
Okay, so that's the same dialogue. I can't promise you that. I might attack him again.
The lieutenant groans, but doesn't say anything.
I remember that the scab leader said that I have to fail before he can give me advice, so let's see now.
Nice aggression with the native. Don't let the chief fool you next time. You don't need to be that up in his face. Leave yourself space to move.
Okay, that's pretty good advice.
Not bad advice, actually. This might do the trick.
Let's talk about our right to work.
I need you to be my champion against Jean-Luc up there.
No, I'm not a fighter. I'm a worker.
Okay, fine. I think that opened the check again. Yeah, it did. Let's see what my chances are now to do it. Only 17%. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna do it again because I only have one health item. I think I'll probably go and look for something to do. This is a bad situation because because of my stats. I cannot do anything. I'm just clicking orbs and looking for tear here. I think that's some pain medication. Yes, it is. And this is a pawn shop. What's in here? Some gloves, electrochemist gloves. And some tear. Okay, I gotta level up finally. Okay, so where would I want to put this 1 point that I have? If I want to look at the body, I should put it here. I haven't decided yet. Let's talk with this guy here.
G'day to you, officers.
Man on the waterlock.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
First things first, what are you doing here, man on the waterlock?
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock.
There he is.
I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
And the salami.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer?
Do you know what caused this wreckage?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivershoal. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
Do you know what's further down the coast?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Can I have some of that salami?
Sure thing.
He cuts a slice of salami.
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Okay, right, bye. So he gave us some salami. That's cool.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way.
This one here.
Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Let's pull it anyway.
You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens.
Let's push it harder.
Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea interrupts the silence of the situation.
So it doesn't work.
A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
So yeah, on day 3 this will be something we can do. So yeah, this is the sign that has been fallen.
A crumpled billboard reading, Samaran butter soaks in the canal. 2 ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted.
What is Samaran butter?
Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy about it.
Okay, let's try this.
Just some tasteless advertising at the bottom of a canal. No use rubbernecking now.
Okay. I'm not succeeding in any checks that I'm doing.